Many traders and active investors enjoy the thought or the idea of making a quick buck in the stock market. But what most fail to realize is that in order to make that quick buck, you need a process to actually find these opportunities as they are just starting to set up. It's very difficult, in fact, I think over time impossible, to just come across something that's setting up and you're gonna make money right away. The more you're prepared in watching that situation set up, the better you are will actually profit from it. What I'm gonna show you guys today is the process that I have that's very repeatable and very systematic, the way that I find specific breakout trades, such as the one that just happened here in shares of Nvidia.
So here's the trade that just took place, a beautiful what's called breakout trade in one of the most popular stocks out there, Nvidia. But unlike what a lot of people think, you don't just randomly come across this, because if you do, the odds are very slim that A, you're going to take that trade, and even slimmer that you are in a decent position to actually risk manage that trade and do proper execution. So the way we look for this is systematic and process oriented, which is going to be something that you have in your arsenal as a repeatable process. So primarily, first, we need to start from a broad market perspective. So if we look at something like the S&P 500, you'll see that obviously stocks here at this very juncture continue to puncture higher, specifically then a little bit more detailed in NASDAQ, in this case the NASDAQ 100, which is large cap technology stocks, which again is basically what shares of Nvidia are in. Before you get to any single name stock, you need to first look at this kind of stuff. So you see here too, we've got the NASDAQ 100, which continues to push higher from a sector and time frame perspective, remains bullish in all time frames. On our proprietary scanners, we see that the large cap tech stocks, or the S&P 500 technology sector, remains both near-term bullish, medium-term bullish, and certainly also long-term bullish. So with that intact, we can then dig a little bit deeper. And what started to happen, I believe it was on the 30th of August, we received our proprietary scanner showed to us that the semiconductor stocks, the SMH ETF, that's this one here, started to flip near-term bullish. Now, note when this happened. This started to happen on the 30th of August, which is this day right here, okay? It's not here, it's here. It's a few days before we actually had a bigger picture breakout. So once that started to take place, again, all within the context of bullish trends, medium, near, and long-term within the broad tech sector, we had a signal. The SMH started popping up on our near-term bullish scanner, okay? Meaning that it has gone from near-term neutral to near-term bullish, meaning there's momentum coming in. If you have no way of finding this kind of stuff, of systematically looking at opportunities, you're mostly going to end up chasing stocks. So I told my Clubhouse members, listen, we've got semiconductor stocks that are on the watch. Let's watch this very closely. They started breaking out, consolidated a little bit in the early part of September, and then finally started breaking out even more meaningfully around the mid part of September, just a few days ago of this recording. We then, as a result, were in a position to start digging a little bit deeper. So all along, we were, of course, looking at shares of Nvidia, which, of course, as a major semiconductor stock and a leading name in that space, was something we have to watch. So obviously, here too, we've had a very tight consolidation period. You can see ultimately that stock started to break out higher. Other names in the space, like Xilinx, same story here. These were all stocks that were essentially in a wait-and-see mode, and it was all confirmed by the fact that we had money flowing into semiconductors more broadly. So again, let me repeat this. The SMH actually turned near-term bullish on the 30th of August. But note that Nvidia didn't actually start breaking out until a few days later, I guess about a week and a half later, on, let's call it the 15th of September. So again, it's the context of sector level first, industry group, and then ultimately single name stocks. Right now, we're looking at something like Intel. Intel's a stock that's been underperforming the broader semiconductor stocks for some time. It's now traveled quite a bit, but it looks really promising through, I'm going to call it a multi-month lens. It may be somewhat immediately more robust, but again, this is a semiconductor stock, and we're finding these opportunities, taking a top-down approach and seeing and relying on our scanners to see what's turning near-term bullish, what's turning near-term bearish. Also, FYI, as a quick side note, we did also ultimately, for example, in Xilinx, have a B2 bullish reversal signal take place place. You can see that green arrow being confirmed the next day, the 23rd of August. So this even happened before the SMH started breaking out. So all these signals started to come together in a very systematic way. So there was no random fumbling around the market. And the SMH2, by the way, the BT reversal indicator, gave us an early signal here on the August 30th. So not only did we have the trend scanners turn the SMH near-term bullish on the 30th, but also we had a BT reversal buy signal happen here as well.
So that's how I find these kind of breakout trades in a very repeatable, systematic process, no random fumbling around the market. If you are interested in using the proprietary scanners that we have, you can leave a comment in the section down below. We will reply to you and show you how you can get those.